you value this relationship and you want to try to make it work, you've got to find out what's going on with her emotionally. Why she's... Oh, my God. Hang on. Sit down. Let me finish this.
I can't talk out of that chair.
All right. Hold on a second. Charles, hang on a second.
Yes.
What the hell are you doing?
Charles?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah, I'm back.
You're a little late today.
I decided to rejoin the show. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let's finish with Charles.
Let me finish real quick. Were you out in the valley?
No, I was trying to get through Hollywood.
Yeah, there's a big accident out there, right?
No. The big accident is Halloween.
Halloween, yeah. Charles.
Yeah.
There's something going on in this relationship, and if you value it and you want to try to make it work, you got to get her to open up in some fashion to explain to you what it is that's causing her to disconnect. It may be
7-year relationship?
Yeah.
She's shutting down?
She's shutting down. It may be over.
Put a fork in it.
Yeah, it may be over.
All right. I want to apologize to all my dedicated fans about being late. The reason I didn't call is because something happened to my cell phone this afternoon, and it just stopped working. It just keeps reading battery low, even though it's plugged into the charger. So I couldn't call.
They got rid of all the payphones between here and Hollywood?
Well, I was on the freeway, and by the time I was on the freeway mostly the whole way, so the choice arose in my head of pulling over and calling, but at that point I wasn't on the freeway. Then I would have had to get off the freeway to make the call, which would have cost me another 5 minutes. And there was a feeling that I was going to make it at a certain point. You see, I had to get on the freeway in Hollywood.
Right.
Went through the harbor to the 10, never got off the freeway. So I would have had to call before I got on the freeway, in other words. And at that point, I still thought I could make it. Listen, let me just say something to certain people that are driving tonight. I knew tonight was Halloween, but I thought everyone was doing their partying Saturday night, not tonight. I couldn't get through Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood turns into some sort of
freak show,
ghoulish, freakish parking lot, and if you know where I live, Drew, it just there's no getting around it. You have to go through it. And let me just say this: I understand things get crowded. It was gridlock. That was the problem. Every asshole in the city. Here's what happened, Drew. You guys know what this gridlock is? You're ready to kill yourself with this gridlock because it's not like 1 or 2 cars go each time the signal changes. No cars go. And basically what happened, because the intersection is filled up with other cars going the other direction. And what would happen is right before the signal would change, 3 or 4 cars would just sneak across just to stop in the middle, and then we were locked. But here's my point. Here's my overall point, everybody. There's a way you drive when you have your family in the car and you're going out to the country, and then there's a way you drive when you're trying to make it to an airport and you're running late. And here's all I'm saying. These are to all the people that were in front of me in the left turn lane and basically pushed out when it was time to get on it a little bit. These are stressful times. This is wartime. You know, when you get into some serious traffic, and here's what we all need to do. We're running into this traffic.
Work together.
We all need to shift it down a gear, pick up the balls a little bit, and drop the clutch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing worse than Mr. Conservative in front of you when you're in gridlock, and you're thinking to yourself, listen, I've been sitting in this car for 15 minutes longer, and I'm going insane. Now, I don't know what your goddamn agenda is, but apparently you don't have one.
Right.
Are there people out there that just go out, drive in a circle for a while, and then come back home?
It seems like it.
You have to have the desire to arrive. You see, you understand that? That's a very key point. I want to be behind people that have the desire to arrive wherever it is they're going. Not necessarily in one piece.
Yeah.
I want them to be in a bigger hurry than I am.
Yeah.
And when you're trapped in traffic and it's like one car each time the light changes, now's the time, and maybe you wouldn't normally do it, like I said, when you got your niece and nephew in the car and you taking them down to the Baskin-Robbins for a scoop on a Sunday. But that ain't tonight. Tonight, it's gridlock. And now's the night when you go for it just a little bit. And those headlights you see in the distance, drop the clutch before they get any closer and let's go. Not let's get extra conservative or it's business as usual. It's not. It's drastic times warrant drastic measures. And I'm just saying, everybody, when things get a little trafficky and I'm running late, let's go. Let's pick it up a notch. Go ahead. Oh, it drives me nuts. This chalk, you know what? You know the problem with L.A. I think we may have one of your one of your larger segments of uninsured motorists in this town.
Yes, yes.
And they tend to, and without medical insurance for that matter, too. And that's like no parachute. You got to play it a little conservative.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm fully covered. I think I may be bonded. I'm not sure, Drew. And I have full medical, and I have an airbag in the side of my car.
Yeah.
So my thing is I'm thinking about putting a roll cage in. I'm just ready to go.
The fire suit.
I got a fire. I swear to Christ, I got a fire extinguisher rolling around in the back seat. But yeah, I'm gonna get a full face helmet, one of those neck donuts, and I'm ready to rock and roll. That's my feeling. Hey, if I go through a car too, so be it. All right. So anyway, I apologize for my tardiness, but boy, Hollywood was just one big parking lot. My cell phone didn't work. Frank?
Yeah.
You're 20. What's up?
Well, I got some problems, man. I got issues.
All right.
Here's the thing. I don't really consider myself gay, but I like to have sex with men.
What would make somebody gay then?
I don't know, but see, the thing is that I'm not physically attracted. I don't want to have a relationship with guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't want to have a relationship. Yeah, that just makes you a guy who's gay.
No,
Gay guy.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You're gay.
I love women. I love women.
Right.
To have sex with women. I have a girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
And, like, for instance, here's an example. The thought of kissing a guy makes me want to puke.
Good.
But
Good.
I still like to have
healthy.
sex with them.
But what?
But I still like to have sex with them.
Huh.
Yeah, you got issues, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Confused.
Maybe there's something. What end of the penis do you want to be on when the sexing goes down? You want it to be attached to you, or you want to be sort of temporarily lodged in you? I guess is the question.
I'm sorry, I'm not catching on that.
You like it in the
catching or
pitching?
Pitching.
Are you talking about, like, giving or receiving?
Yeah.
There you go.
I guess receiving.
You like to receive? That's interesting. Now, see, I would have given him as more of a pitcher than a catcher. Wouldn't you?
What does he like receiving though? Probably oral sex.
Oh, well, wait, that's different. You like receiving oral sex?
No, that'd be giving too.
Okay, hold on a second.
So you like being receptacle.
You like to receive a good cornholing, right?
Yeah.
And you like to administer a good BJ.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, turn the radio down, Frank. I don't want to hear myself say cornholing 8 seconds after I say it.
You got it.
Okay, turn it down. All right, let me talk to Drew. This is interesting. He claims not to really like guys that much, but yet he is really
Compulsed.
Yeah, and he's in the more submissive place in the relationship.
Which probably means...
I would have thought he'd be in the more aggressive side.
But wouldn't you think it's just a reenactment of something that perpetrated against him?
Frank?
Somewhere back when?
We'll find out. Frank?
Yeah.
Anybody do anything to you when you were younger?
Yeah, I was actually going to explain that. When I was in second grade, a kid about the same age as me, not exactly the same age as me, a little bit older, he introduced me to pornography.
Yeah.
And he wanted to, I guess, do the acts that were in the magazines.
Yeah.
And he always expected me to be the female in the pictures.
Right, so this is where that got sort of etched into your system.
And this guy was your age?
He was about a year older than me.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, that's something.
Well, that's the deal. I mean,
But I don't know. Hold on a second.
Didn't I just come up with that?
Well, yeah, but you were surmising that it was, an older person.
No, it doesn't matter.
Hold on a second. Look, it does matter. There's a difference between your dad or a guy in his 40s doing this. First off, just Johnson width.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Schlong width.
What
would you rather have put in you? A third grade penis?
Or this is probably like a 13-year-old, though, I bet.
Well, he said a year older when he was in second grade.
Year older?
Second grade. Frank?
Yeah.
How old was the guy?
Third grade. I was second.
He was 8. He was like 8 or 9 years old.
So I'm still wondering if there was something else up maybe on the home front.
Yeah.
No, nothing ever happened to me at home. That's the honest to God truth. Nothing
Okay.
happened like that.
All right.
Whoa. But nobody ever physically manhandled you or anything?
No, nothing like that in my family.
All right. Hey, Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you using protection when you're doing this stuff?
Of course. Well, it hasn't happened in a while.
Oh, okay.
I've had my girlfriend. 'Cause
okay.
I don't want to be like that and cheat on her. That would,
Well, it's clear that you've got some sort of compulsion, remnant of this traumatic sort of experience you had.
Yeah. Although I don't see. Well, it's interesting how it works, but that doesn't seem like enough to
make him do this as an adult, although it is, he seems sort of fragile, a little precarious in the first place.
He's confused. He has this one compulsion to be receptive partner in occasional male intercourse. He's not gay. His sexual identity is sort of intact, but he has to do this one act over and over again.
Okay.
Which isn't that what kids do when they get a traumatic experience? They go out and compulsively reenact it in adulthood.
Okay, here's my thought. He was vulnerable to this in the first place.
We don't know what that vulnerability was.
Okay.
But be that as it may, he just sounds sort of screwed up by the virtue of having this compulsion, and if he wants to deal with that, SA deals with it sometimes. I think individual therapy is the way to deal with that.
Eric.
Yes?
You're 18, what's up?
Yeah, every girl that, I try to date, they just want to be friends, and I don't know how to get out of that.
You want to put an end to that syndrome?
Yeah.
Every girl you want to date or you go out with?
Every girl I want to date, just want to be friends.
Right.
Here's the way you get out of it. Ask them out before you establish a relationship or a friendship.
Really?
Ask them out up front.
Let me give you a little analogy here. All right? I don't think I've used this one. It just popped in my head, but I think I may be onto something really brilliant here.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes time for Thanksgiving, some people, they get this horrible notion. They go, hey, we're going to raise our own turkey, and we'll eat it for Thanksgiving.
Who does that?
Well, I don't mean people live next door to you, but I mean, like, people in rural areas.
Yeah.
It happens once in a while. They get this turkey, they raise it, they fatten it up. Then what happens when it comes time to chop the turkey's head off? They don't want to do it. The kids have named it.
Right.
They're too close to it.
Right.
It's awkward now. It doesn't work.
The pig.
Here's what you do.
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web. You wait till the day of, you go down to the Ralph's, you buy the turkey, you go home. And you don't think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can eat anonymous turkey till you're blue in the face, but you can't eat Mr. Chucky out there.
Mr. Gobbler.
Mr. Gobbler, who you've been feeding corn to all month, right?
That's right.
Okay, same thing with the ladies. Go ask them out while their head's chopped off and they're frozen. Don't raise them on your little friend farm for 3 or 4 months, watering them, nurturing them, cleaning up their crap. Then it becomes weird. It is weird as it is for you to eat Mr. Gobbler's 3 months after you got him as a chick. It's the same thing.
And it's so interesting how women want the friendship thing, but if they actually have a friendship, it doesn't translate for them.
It doesn't. Yeah, women are constantly talking about wanting a guy who's not only their lover, but their best friend and their confidant. But for some reason, you got to be that friend after you nail them. You can't just be the friend for 2 months and then get in their pants. That doesn't work for them.
That's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's like, hey, you want these 2 elements? There you go. This guy's the greatest. He's passed the litmus test. He's a great guy. You've seen the way he interacts with your friends.
With him?
He treats you right. He's certainly not trying to grab a boob on the first date, right? He's a gentleman. He likes you for you.
But what is it they say about that?
They don't want to jeopardize the friendship.
I don't think of you that way.
Yeah, well, okay. But they say they don't want to jeopardize the friendship, which is BS for whatever juices should be flowing aren't flowing. Yeah. Here's the thing, and I'd be interested in looking into this. I think women have a certain grace period with them where there's almost a sort of hormonal chemical thing that goes on with them.
There's no doubt about that.
And if you ain't hitting it then, it just...
Men do that too,
It dries up.
And if you've got that thing going, it's there. That's it.
Yeah, but here's the difference between the men and the women. The man's may have dried up because you've known the chick for 2 years and you've been nothing but friends, but it's nothing a 12-pack couldn't reactivate.
12-pack?
40-ounce.
Okay.
A thimble of Robitussin couldn't prime. It's just like a pump that's kind of dried up, but you could prime it with a couple of tequila shots, and you'll be right back. The guy will be right back in it. So, as uncomfortable as it is, you got to ask them out right at the beginning. That's it. Let them know. They appreciate that, and they sort of respond to it. I mean, look at it this way, guys.
It makes them feel wanted, desirable.
I hate to say this. Oh, no, I really don't. But here's what I want to say. There's a lot of guys out there, and guys complain about them all the time. They're usually short guys. They're not particularly attractive guys. They seem to get their way with women. And I don't mean they're having sex with everybody. It's just they go out with the people they want to go out with, and they magically have dates, and... whatever it is, it works for them. And it's not based on them being captain of the football team or them being having a chiseled face or being great-looking or anything like that. So what is it? Well, they figured out how to play the system, and they use it to their advantage.
They're aggressive.
And women respond to not physical aggression, but they like it when you come after them a little. And you got to do it early and often. I'll oftentimes just duct tape myself right to a woman I see at the bar. Beth?
Yes.
They like that persistence. You're 17.
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Okay, I just got my nipples pierced last Thursday, and I have a friend who's had hers pierced for a year, and she told me that they pushed through, and I'm wondering how to avoid that.
You got both nipples pierced?
Hell yeah.
Maybe you should have thought of that before you put the
17.
ring in, huh?
Well, I didn't find that out till after.
Well, you can still take them out if you want to.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
She's high right now.
Are you
No,
high?
I'm not high. I don't do drugs anymore.
Anymore. When did you stop?
Tuesday.
When did I stop? 9 months ago?
Yeah, what were your drugs?
You name it, I did it.
Everything. Yeah.
Where'd you get the nipples pierced?
My friend's dating a piercer,
Oh boy.
so I got pierced in.
At his house?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Well,
really?
you know, low overhead. He passes the savings on. Hey, let me ask you something on the nipple piercing.
Uh-huh.
Do your nipples have to be erect in order for them to sort of get hold of them?
Well, yeah, they kind of pinch them until they get hard, and then they pierce it.
See, what I do is I'll dry hump their leg a little bit just to kind of...
That's
He
sick.
didn't do that?
Nah, they didn't do that.
Isn't it kind of weird, though? I know, you know, the most bizarre thing to me is most 16, 17-year-old chicks, you know, if one of the neighbors saw them through the shade coming out of the shower would be horrified, you know. But for some reason, you can go to some ex-junkie who's sleeved with tats, shaved head and a bone through the nose, and get the legs akimbo while he goes at the hood with no hesitation. I don't understand that part of life. I really don't. And let me say this too.
Compartmentalization.
Yeah, here's the thing for me. Either someone's looking or they ain't. I don't care if the guy's done a couple of piercings or not. I feel the same way with the finger in the ass.
Right, I know that. That's why you've asked me several times to do that.
Well,
but be that as it may, Beth's got a lot of stuff going on here, right?
Yes.
Severe. Beth, you in recovery right now?
Yeah, I am.
All right. You talked to your sponsor about getting pierced.
stop acting out, would you, sweet pea? Jesus
it has
Christ.
some elements of distraction built into it that suggest your recovery may need refocusing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But have you ever heard of that before?
Yeah, I mean, any foreign body, your body can push out and get rid of, but it's unusual.
Dude, and also, Drew, I've been listening to you since you were on with Ricky Rackman.
Dude.
Like, years ago.
He was on 10 years before that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see, you're 17. I started this show when you were 1.
When you weren't even thinking about your first
ring.
First ring or dropping acid. Oh, my God. Let me tell you, and I know phone screener Lisa has her nipples pierced. So I don't want to burst her bubble, but I got to tell you, I don't know a guy who cares.
Or
Who even really is into it. It's not a one way or the other thing. It's actually, here's the thing. Guys are attracted to women sort of based on a couple of elements, maybe ass, maybe legs, maybe face, maybe rack or whatever. And then the tats and the piercings and all that's, and you know how you guys like to change your hair color every 15 minutes on? All just a bunch of minutia to guys. Not interested.
What makes you think it's for the guys?
Well, because everything you do is for guys.
Not necessarily.
It is, believe me. Unless you're into the chicks. You into the chicks?
No, but I mean,
All
some
right.
things just make you feel. If it makes you feel sexy, well then go for
No,
it.
that doesn't. Here's how you base you feeling sexy on other people being attracted to you, not on you feeling sexy. It's a ridiculous notion.
It's an interesting theory.
Let me explain how you know you feel sexy. A bunch of guys go, "Hey, nice this or nice that." You go, "Now I feel sexy." A bunch of guys go, "Hey, piggo, move that wide ass.
That looks like hell.
You look like hell. Put something on." Then you don't feel sexy. So you feel sexy based on how many guys give you the wolf call or honk the horn when they drive by. That's how you base it. Listen, all of you, please stop lying to yourself. At least I admit it. I'm willing to put on or do whatever it is anyone else wants. That's how I base it. Other than that, I don't care.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So, right? Who the hell cares if you feel sexy? Ridiculous.
That's a women thing.
No.
If they don't feel sexy, they're letting you be sexy with them.
Yes, but they're lying. It's just it's crap for they wear the lingerie. Oh, it makes them feel sexy. Ridiculous. All right, we'll be back. Yep. It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That'd be Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. And when we left off, I was talking about guys not being into piercings. And they're really not. 99% of guys. I don't care. And tattoos, for that matter, too. Listen, let me tell you, chicks, something. Let's see, I should put a list together. Piercings, tattoos, hair color to some degree, nail length, things on the nails, pictures of unicorns and things like that, jewelry in general, and length of eyelashes. All things guys could give a rat's ass about, and you idiots spend millions of dollars a year on this.
Except some guys sort of need a screwed-up person.
Yes.
And so they look for those cues as ways to decide if somebody's just screwed up enough for them.
There's nothing sexier for 99% of guys than a beautiful woman in a pair of beaten-up 501 jeans and a T-shirt. It don't get any better than that. On the other hand, if you're not looking too good in those jeans and that T-shirt, and 95% of women aren't because that's just the way it works, slapping on the press-on nails, teasing the hair, putting the tat on the right ass cheek, and getting the labia pierced, nope. It don't change a goddamn thing. It's just you with more junk slapped on you.
Yeah,
it's really like this.
But in the days gone by, people would work on themselves, make the person more attractive.
There you go, everybody.
Yeah,
that's right.
So that same person that doesn't look good in the 501 and the T-shirt, with a professional degree or with some exceptional talent, becomes attractive.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, not to me because I'm a big star, but yeah. Oh, wait a second. All right.
I was bored, so I had my tongue pierced. I was bored, so I put a spear through my penis.
True. Mike's hot. Ken?
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Not much. I want to say I'm a long-time listener. You guys are great. I listen to your show every night.
Thank you.
I work, so it's great. Hey, I did have a comment on your, I guess I'm Mr. 1%.
Mm-hmm.
I find it extremely attractive, women with, I don't know, pierced nipples, a labret.
We didn't say, we said that for some men, it means something when there's a piercing, and that something creates an attraction, but that attraction is not necessarily built on something healthy. That's what we're saying.
Well, let me ask Ken a question or two.
Yes, sir.
Ken, is it attractive, like aesthetically attractive, or do you just know she's good to go because she's got the hymen pierced? Can you do that? I'd like to see someone with a hymen piercing. That's hardcore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I just find it attractive. And not basically, I don't think in my mind I'm thinking, oh, they're good to go. I just find it visually pleasing. I mean,
all right, but it's not arousing.
All right, but
attractive.
Put it this way, though, Ken. If you're at a party and you're talking to some chick and she shows you her tongue piercing, and then she mentions that she's pierced downstairs, you're thinking to yourself, I might be able to get this chick. I mean, I think I could get her in like a mop closet in about 10 minutes. Then don't you think you got a little better shot at her than the one who's minus the tats and minus the piercings?
Not really. I mean, I don't...
All right, then you're an idiot, Ken.
Well, yeah.
Because it's documented that chicks with tongue piercings and clitoral hood piercings put out 97% more than those without piercings.
Well, they might put out more, but I'm saying I find it actually more arousing to see a nipple, a breast with a nipple with a rather large gauge through the nipple.
Really?
I find that actually extremely pleasing.
Okay. Is something up with you?
No.
You're not a weird guy?
No, I'm married. Have a 3-year-old daughter.
All right.
Faithful, you know. I
just
find it very attractive.
All right. Okay. Does your wife have any piercings?
No, actually, she does not. No piercings, no tattoos. She might get a tattoo.
Would you? Yeah.
She made me wait. You know, I have a 2-gauge in my tongue, and I have a tattoo, and you know, we've been married for 5 years, and we've been together for 8. And she said, hey, you know, you wait till you're 30 years old, and you know, I'll agree with you. So you know, I waited. It wasn't a spur of the moment thing, and you know, I got it done. And
just out of curiosity, nobody ever, you were not physically punished when you were a kid?
Absolutely not. Great family. My mom and dad were separated when I was 5 years old, and I had a stepdad, but he was, you know, he still is great.
But people didn't use physical methods to discipline you?
No, I believe I was spanked, actually physically spanked twice, and one time was for, you know, like doing something drastic, like throwing a cat by its tail out in the street or something.
All right, Ken. Well, the 1%er. Listen, my folks never hit me either. It's just my room was airtight, and they would actually cut off the oxygen supply. So they never technically laid a hand on me. Wouldn't leave bruises.
I want to figure him out.
Family man. I've been with the same woman for 8 years.
Wait till he's 30 to get a piercing. It's not like he's a 17-year-old just going out and doing it.
Yeah, I think, Ken, let me explain this. There's always a small percent of society, or even a medium-sized percent, who gets caught up in the fervor of the time.
Yeah.
And he may just be one of those guys.
Yeah.
You know, 20 years ago, he got a perm.
Right?
Right. Yeah. I don't trust those guys. It means they ain't thinking too clear. Rose.
Rose.
You're 30. Hey, Rose, get on the phone.
Hello?
Hi, Rose.
Hi, who's this?
Oh, boy.
Is this Dr. Drew?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's up there, Stoner?
Hey.
Hey, come on, what's your question?
You don't know.
Listen, I know you're drunk.
Oh, not even.
You better be high.
No.
Hey, this is the way you are?
This is just me.
Oh, my God.
Boy.
How do you,
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness.
do you work in a video store?
No, I'm a single parent for kids.
You do what for kids?
Single parent for kids.
Four kids.
Children. Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
This is the scariest Halloween story I've heard. Rose at the helm of 4 kids.
Oh, boy.
I believe that.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I've gone already through my Halloween
Hey, Rose.
parties, as you can say.
Rose.
What?
Rose, let me ask you a question.
Okay, let's go ahead. Go
Okay.
through your assumptions.
Let me make this statement.
Go ahead and it's a good one.
You're semi-incoherent.
I'm semi
Tangential.
coherent.
Yeah. Now, are you?
What do you mean semi?
You're not high on drugs right now,
Nope.
and you're not drunk.
Nope.
So this is the way you always are.
Pretty much.
You ever have any brain injuries?
Oh, please.
Oh, yeah, right. Like, I died 3 times before I was born. Or I was dropped on my head. Maybe I stuck my finger in a light socket. That's why I have curly hair.
No, I did that.
Yeah.
I can still think.
Okay.
And you never were a drug addict or anything?
Oh, I've done it all.
Okay.
There.
But I've done that, and that ain't my problem.
All right.
So let's get off that subject.
How long were you on drugs for?
Excuse me?
How long were you on drugs for?
Oh, well, God, anywhere from, like, I started at 18 and quit at 23.
What was the primary drug?
5.
What was the primary drug?
Oh, marijuana.
Okay.
Are you 30? How old are you now?
35.
35. Okay, so you've been sober for 12 years?
My 8-year relationship was like hell, and I had to find out who was, normal and who wasn't.
Okay.
Who was the one that was,
All right, baby.
coherent and who wasn't coherent, and I'm going to prove it to him.
Okay, well, tell us... Oh, Jesus. Tell us what your problem is there,
The
huh?
problem is that after I got rid of 2 wackos in my life, and I decided I wasn't going to have nothing to do with men at all,
All right.
I fall back. I find back the sweetheart of my life, which I thought was, after 15 years. I run into him, and then I decide, should I or shouldn't I, because he still seems like, maybe not too all there yet.
Well, I can't. Rose.
That sounds like a match made in heaven if he ain't all there.
I mean, grown up,
Okay.
If he ain't married by now at this age,
Hey, Rose.
will he ever be?
Rose, let me ask you a couple questions. How old are the kids?
My kids are 7, 8, 10, and 13.
Okay. And what are you doing to support yourself?
Well, right now, I'm trying to get welfare to put me through an education so I can get the hell off the program.
And are you on any kind of birth control?
I'm like fixed.
Are you fixed?
Right on.
Who fixed you?
Oh, I did.
Good girl.
I like begged the guy to fix me, but he told me no, I had to pay him $400. But then he put in 30 more interns in the room with me and said I'll do it for free.
Well, that's nice.
So,
all right. Hey.
I guess how much you get paid for all these interns.
All right, Rose.
0, Rose.
Rose,
Okay,
Rose, listen to me.
Yes.
Number 1 priority of those 4 kids,
I
right?
never get down. Oh, I know that.
That's number 1 priority.
I know that too.
Well, don't worry about these guys.
You know what? I want to read this poem that my daughter gave to you.
Oh, man. All right, real quick, go ahead.
Just got 1 minute. It says, if we can put a man on the moon, how can we put all of them there?
Oh, how old's your daughter?
She's 13.
She wants to put all men on the moon?
Hell yeah.
No, it's a joke.
I don't know. I think she believes
It's
it.
not her poem. It's a joke.
If we can put a man on the moon, how can we can't put all of them there?
All right. Hey, Rose, listen, you don't like guys. I don't like guys. Drew?
Oh, I know.
Drew doesn't like guys.
We're all on board.
Take care of those kids.
Oh, man.
Imagine that's your mom. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you're trying to navigate some ship with some drunken guy who's never been at sea before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's storms coming and there's icebergs floating and
you ain't got a life preserver. You ain't got a lifeboat. You're out at sea. That's it.
I want to. It's like I want to collect these kids and grow them in my backyard. I don't want to let them in the house because they're probably wild, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to just gather them up, put them on that island with Bill Cosby and Felicia Rashad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Black Island, and the White Island is John Tesh.
Can't we just have the Cosbys do all of them?
You want to have them do all of them?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Okay. I wanted to get Connie Selleck and John Tesh on another island, raising the rest of the kids.
Well, there'll be some overflow.
Okay. We'll take a little break, and we'll come back.
Loveline, we'll be right back. Loveline, we'll be right back.
How was school today, Rebecca?
We learned what the Earth was like a long time ago, way back in the 1990s.
I know, it's amazing.
But it's like if he did nothing, it would have much less distracting than what
If
he
we
does.
shot him full of Novocaine and just propped his eyelids open, he'd be better. Okay, we're talking about the Man Show and the Fox, the world's fastest beer drinker and the world's worst actor.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. I don't want to get into it over the air, but we got stuff planned for him. All right, where the hell were we? I'm Adam. That's True phone number 1-800-LOVE-191.
It's Halloween, by the way. If anybody wants to call with any Halloween themes.
Yeah, that's fine. Sarah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, right.
Sarah, you're 18. Some kid showed up at my house today.
Shocked you? What?
I wasn't ready. They rang my buzzer. I hung my head out the window. Who's there?
Old man Carolla. Go away, you kids.
They're like,
kids run away crying and screaming.
They're like, trick or treat. I'm like, oh, Christ, that's right. They've come up to my house. So I ran downstairs.
I know what you're thinking was first, oh, Christ, that's right. I have a house.
I have a house.
People come to it. Oh, my God, it's Halloween.
Naturally, I'm wearing a towel at the time. So I hold on. So I run. I put a pair of shorts on. And I start to head down. And I realize I don't have any candy. But what I do have is these Trader Joe 30 protein bars.
That's good. Those are good.
Yeah, good for them. For me, it's the bars are like $2 a piece or something. And it was funny. I gave it to the kids, and I had to give them a little lecture. They were like, huh? What is? I said, these are protein bars, kids. This ain't no mini-size Abba Zaba or Mike and Ike. These are like $2 each. So, I don't know. Like, they were like...
I'm proud of you for not giving them, like, dried pasta, which is, I'm sure, the other thing went through your head.
I was reaching for anything. Sarah, you're 18, so what's up now?
I was just calling about, on Friday I met this really awesome guy, and we hung out all night, and, I don't know, it was just awesome, and then he said he was going to call me, and he didn't, and I don't understand.
How old is he?
He's 34.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what did you do with him that was so awesome?
We just, well, I met him at a bar,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went to his house with a few of my friends that I was with, and he had a recording studio in his house, and he showed me it, and he sang to me, and I don't know, he's just really cool. And
what else happened? Anything?
We just kissed, and he didn't touch me anywhere, and I mean, I told him right away, or after, we kissed for a while, I told him I was going to have sex with him, just to let him know, up front.
You weren't going to have sex with him?
Right.
Uh-huh.
That may be why he didn't call back. No, that may have been all he was after.
Well, no, he meant that night.
He was like, but that was like in the middle of the night, and then after that, like, he didn't want me to leave, and he was like, I really want to spend the weekend with you, and what are you doing for Halloween, and, what are you doing tomorrow?
Did he know how old you were then?
He never asked me my age. I think he just assumed I was at least 21 because I met him in a bar.
Maybe he found out. Maybe in a
I don't
sober
know how to
moment,
check that.
his sensibilities prevailed. Maybe isn't the kind of jackhole I think he is.
All right, but Drew, be honest. How many times in your life have you acted because you were out with some friends or whatever, you had a few cocktails, have you acted amazingly interested in somebody you really were not that interested in and really never even talked to again?
A few times.
And I'm not talking about necessarily...
That's me.
That's you. Yeah, Drew's a decent guy. I'm not talking about, though there is another side to him that we'll get into next time he leaves. But
next time I leave?
Yeah. That'll keep you in town a little bit.
What happens when I leave?
Me and Marcel will sift through the wreckage of your life. Here's my point. Guys, even when they're not trying to get in your pants, you women think guys all they want is sex, and then if they don't actually want sex, they must be in love.
Right.
There's a lot of times when guys have girlfriends, have wives, have whatever, they want to go out, they want to kind of have a good time, they don't really want to technically cheat or have sex or sort of biblically cheat. They want to flirt around, they want to kiss, they want to play a little grab ass, they want to go skinny dipping. They'll hang out with a chick all night, and it'll really seem like they're in love, and then the next night doesn't mean anything to them.
And some guys need to get some, for whatever reason that night, need to get some positive feedback from women.
Yeah.
They need that connection, and they get that by being ultra sort of interested.
It's sort of a version of what women do a lot of times. I mean, they just want the companionship. They want to go out and have a few drinks and make out a little bit or play a little grab ass, but that's about it. And they sort of, they reach for the phone and then they put it back down again because they realize, it's different during the day. Christina?
Yeah,
You're 23.
I am.
What's up?
Okay, my question is, how safe is it to continue taking birth control through the whole month to the next package?
One time?
Huh?
Just one time?
No, just continuously.
Not a good thing. Why would you do that?
Because going on your rag is a major pain in the ass.
Well, then why don't you go on Depo-Provera? Usually the second cycle of that, second 3-month shot, you'll lose your cycle.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a good idea to do that with the usual pill. Not at all.
You mean not take the sugar pill and
Right.
just go right into the
Or
next packet?
not skip the week or take the sugar pill.
Is it a week or is it like 4 days?
7 days.
Oh, all right. Hey, it's a night of ghouls and goblins.
Yeah.
I didn't dress up as anything scary, but I'll tell you, something scary was coming out of my ass all day today.
Really?
And I really had some gas. So.
Are you positioning yourself to do something?
Just let something go. So...
That's diabolical.
Ooh, that is scary. Yeah.
Yeah. It's nearly so scary tonight.
Let me tell you, somebody with a rubber mask doesn't bring half the fright to Drew that a nice fart does. I don't know what I ate, but I got to make sure and eat it again.
Just light those things, get it over with.
I can't light my farts, and I'm wearing sweatpants with no underwear. That's a very dangerous combo.
Well, you explode.
Anderson, you haven't seen me light my farts in here, have you? I'll tell you, we're going to have a fart lighting night coming up soon.
Wait a minute, why can't you do it with all that on?
Okay, I don't need to see it.
I only do it in denim.
Oh, my God.
Are you getting a second dose of that one? Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal. I just let a great big fart go in this room. Is that funny to you, Chris?
Oh, it's hilarious.
All right, listen, I'm not sure about Chris's attitude. I mean, I'm over here busting my ass, literally trying to do an entertaining show, and he's giving me this, he's throwing this attitude around.
I gotta get out of this room.
All right, what, you got to get out of the room?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second.
Come on.
Hold on. Chris?
Yeah, I was just kidding. No, it was pretty funny.
Okay, that's better. I like why I can threaten our listeners into being entertained. Hey, Chris, hang on, though. Chris, Drew's got to go put his head out of the car window. Drew's actually going to go into his car and roll the window down and stick his head out. There's a huge psychological dynamic there.
I drive around.
All right, then we'll come back and we'll get to you, all right?
All right.
All right, hang on. We'll take a little break. We'll air out the studio. We'll be back after this.
Oh, my God.
Adam and Dr. Drew will be right back on Loveline in just a minute or two. Call 1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey, Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Drew. We're going to take a 10-second timeout. We'll be back with more of the show in just 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
radio station. KNRK Camas, Portland.
An Intercom radio station.
Oh, boy. All right, phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Forget about the fax number. I'm Adam, that's Drew. Let's get to the phones. What do you say here? Mike.
Yeah.
You're 24.
Yeah.
What's up?
I have a friend who's a girl, and we've had sex once with, I used a condom, but she said that she's allergic to latex, and I was wondering what else we could use.
Polyurethane.
Polyurethane?
Yeah.
That's obviously safer than lambskin?
It's safer in terms of STDs. Lambskin is fine as a contraceptive, but if you're worried about protection against the viral sexually transmitted diseases, you need to use polyurethane.
Okay.
How did the sex with the latex rubber go?
Well, I've been pretty good about using it throughout my whole life.
You didn't use it, see?
Oh, yeah. So it's pretty good.
Did you have sex with her yet?
Yeah.
With latex?
Yeah.
And did she react?
What's that?
Did she react?
Hold on. It's
thinking out of it.
How do you not know? I mean, here's the question. Here's what you say to us. I had sex with this chick one time. I used a latex condom. She's allergic to latex. So what do I do? Then I say, well, how did the sex go with the latex condom? And he says, well, I've been using it my whole life. No problem. I want to know what her allergic reaction was.
Right, how bad was it?
Mike?
Yeah, she didn't tell me exactly what happened to her afterwards, but she says usually it's redness and itchy.
Why did she know about this condition?
Yes.
Why did she let you use a latex condom if she knows she's allergic to them?
Heat of the moment.
Yeah, either she didn't care.
She wasn't conscious, was she, Mike?
Yeah, she was. Definitely was. She knows the risks, I guess, and what it can do to her, and it was worth it.
It's not that bad. I mean, the problem with latex is people can get these anaphylactoid reactions where they get short of breath, they get low blood pressure, it can be a mess.
All right, so she has a mild reaction to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to the polyurethane.
Are those readily available? I haven't.
They should be. I don't know. I would think they would be.
You should be able to get them at most drugstores and stuff, right?
I would think.
Okay.
If not, go down to Gay Town. They got everything over there. Where are you calling from?
Sacramento.
Where's the Gay Town in Sacramento?
I have no clue.
You got to go to San Francisco?
Pretty much, I guess.
Okay, well, that's a long haul.
Okay, can I ask you one quick question?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you guys have had a lot of rap groups on before. I was wondering if you had any want to put on the Alcoholics, if you're familiar with them.
I'm not familiar with them.
No.
No?
I think we had the crack whores on, but we've not had the Alcoholics.
All right.
I will work on that, though, okay, Mike?
Thank you.
All right, use the polyurethane.
I will definitely try it.
Okay. Chris.
Yeah.
You're 16. What's
We've got to
up?
remember doing those liners for tomorrow night.
What are you talking about?
Coming up tomorrow, Jimmy's Chicken Shack.
Okay, well,
right?
Just quiet down with that. Chris?
Yeah?
You're 16.
Uh-huh.
What's up?
Okay, well, I'm having, a big problem with my dad right now.
Right.
Right, and, at first it was, he was, really emotionally abusive.
Really?
And so I decided, I gotta get out of this, and so...
Wait, what way? What was he doing to you?
Well, he would, he had, some really bad things. One time, we have an alarm in the house, and so he decided he wanted to punish me, and so he took out every cord, for electrical things in the house and every phone, and then he set the alarm so if I opened it, it would go off and the police would come. So I was just stuck in the house, and he left me there for, an entire day.
He took out the phone so you couldn't use the phone.
Yeah, and get somebody to get me out of there.
And
I see.
He took out the cord? What?
In other words, you couldn't... He was stuck in his house where if he moved, the alarm would go off and the police would show up. Now, what was it? Why would that be such a big deal? You think he'd want the police to show up in a situation like that?
Well, I don't know. I guess I wasn't quite thinking in that respect.
Okay, so your dad's not a great guy.
No.
Okay, so what's the question?
Well, I moved away from it. I'm living with my mom because I really like my mom and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to figure out, he's trying to take my mom back to court and stuff. I'm just trying to figure out if I should just, not ever talk to him again.
Why is he taking your mom to court?
Well, now, because I moved away from his house, he's saying that she abducted me.
Oh, boy.
And he wants custody of you?
Well, he still technically has it.
Oh, boy.
All right, so there's a court date, so just tell the truth.
Yeah, you got to tell the truth.
Well, they won't, usually let kids into the court.
Well, I think they will take into account the child's wishes. I mean, if you're saying, I don't want to move back in with the guy, he's abusive, that's going to weigh in.
Yeah, it probably will.
You're not 4.5, you're 16.
Yeah, I mean, but see, he's kind of treating things like I am 4.5, and that's like the problem.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that he's a bad guy.
Why did the court give your dad custody in the first place? Was that your idea?
What? Well, I used to not have any problems with it. It's half and half custody.
I see. So it wasn't just...
there used to not be any problems, and then
I see.
I mean, they were there, but they weren't really, full blown.
All right, how's your mom?
I like my mom.
Okay, can you talk to her about what you should do in court?
Well, I mean, I guess I kind of talked to her, and she's like, I guess she's doing the best that she can, but I mean, he's just...
How about talking to her attorneys?
Well, I mean, I've talked to the attorney and stuff, and he basically said we can't do anything to the court, but I mean, in the meantime, my dad's just making it so bad, I just want to, like...
Why are you even aware of what your dad's doing?
Well, I mean, he's done things like, he pulled my driver's license, and then he's just done things like, one time I was stranded, and I called him for a ride, so he came to get me, and because my mom wasn't home, and so then he gets there, and then I told him I needed a ride back to my mom's house, and he said, oh, well, you're not coming to my house, and so he just peeled out and left, and so I was stuck there, and he just...
Your dad drank?
Huh? No, I don't think so.
Really? What's he do for a living?
He's an engineer.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
That doesn't sound like...
Do you have siblings?
Do you
have siblings?
Yeah, I have a sister.
Where's she? Where's she living?
She still lives half and half.
Is he being abusive to her, too?
I don't... not that I know of.
Wow.
I wonder what's up. It's a gender thing, or... I don't know. Talk to your mom. Talk to your mom's lawyers, and figure out a plan.
It sounds like your head's screwed on properly, and so you need to be out of that awful situation. You got to find a way out.
Yeah. Listen, I understand parents being out of it, neglectful. I mean, maybe they're depressed. My family was that way. They were too much into their own ass to really figure things out. They didn't have enough energy to abuse. Thank God, huh? But I don't understand the sort of overt aggression. You know what I mean?
Well, you can begin to understand it if the kid is just acting out and you're desperate to try to contain them for fear of what they might do to themselves. This does not sound like that kind of situation, though you don't know. We're hearing one side of it.
That's true. Peggy.
Hi.
You're 17.
Yeah, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller, and I just want to say that I really love you guys, and your work has really helped me a lot.
Thanks. Good.
And it's my first time on birth control. I'm on ortho-tricycline, and that week that you skip off of, like, the hormones, the week you get your period, do you need to use a backup method then?
No.
You don't?
You are covered, period.
Covered in blood.
You're covered.
Why are you covered,
when do you ovulate?
You don't ovulate. That's how the pills work. You do not ovulate.
You can have sex on your period then?
You can have sex anytime when you're on the pill. You do not ovulate.
Hey, are you pretty much on your period during those 4 days or 5 days when you're not taking the pill?
It depends which
Is that when
pill.
your period's supposed to be?
It depends which pill. The triphasic, you start taking it like in the middle of your period, basically.
So when it gets to 24 days or whatever, how many pills are normally in there?
21.
21?
21 pills, yeah. 3 rows.
21 pills, and it's 3 rows, but of 7, right?
So the fourth row is the sugar pill. four even rows.
And that's 28.
Yeah.
So there's 7 sugar pills.
Yeah.
So how does that work, though, with the months that have 30 days or 31 days? Does it make a difference?
It's not about the calendar month.
It's not. You just make your own. You just make your own calendar.
Right.
Jesus Christ, who can figure these browns out? 28 days, making their own calendar. What's next? John?
Hey, what's up?
You're 26.
Yep.
What's up?
I've been with quite a few women since been sexually active for a long time, and only twice has this thing happened with a woman where their orgasm has been different than any other woman, and it's like the floodgates open up.
Yeah.
And they just release a huge amount of fluid.
Right.
And I was just curious what that is.
It's either urine or it's
Clamato.
What?
It's Clamato.
What's that?
One or the other. It's the taste of it's clam juice mixed with the zesty flavor of tomato juice. It's excellent. If you really think about it, that is probably what Clamato is
Fashioned after.
Basically
Yeah,
fashioned
that's it.
after. But think about it. You don't want to know what Yoo-Hoo's fashioned after, John. I don't want to get into that.
But I mean, it comes out clear and it's white. And it's,
Yeah, it just like you have a prostate that creates a bunch of fluid. They have glands in that area that can. Some women can create fluid, and it can be released.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
We catch a lot of this question.
Yes.
And I'm starting to think about now. Well, I have a couple of questions.
Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't. Although have
you ever seen women have an orgasm?
Rarely. I've seen it on film.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like they're having one, although it's suspiciously. It's
Well
during
timed.
the time the man is having an orgasm, and it's when they're being when the guy is fornicating their breasts. I guess is what I. So it seems a little suspicious. I perform oral sex on a woman for 45 minutes, no orgasm. The guy puts his Johnson in between the boobs, and she starts coming. I think that may be a movie thing.
Okay.
Although I don't have the sound up, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Okay.
But here's what I'm saying. What percentage of women actually have this, and does it change? Is there a woman not having it at 18 and having it at 38?
Or not having it and then once in their life have it, which I think can happen.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in general, wouldn't you say you're either on or off with
in
this?
general you're on or off. But we've had the occasional call who goes, oh my God, something happened to me the other day. She said, oh my God, what is this? I thought I was, my
turning inside
soul,
out.
My soul was coming out.
Okay, so let's throw that out, though, because that doesn't happen to many people.
I would think.
Let's also throw out, just for the sake of argument here, women who don't have that kind of orgasm at 19 and then somehow have that kind of orgasm at 32. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, some women have that kind of orgasm and some don't.
Mm-hmm.
What percentage do you think have that kind of orgasm? Now, it would seem kind of high if you hosted this show.
Yeah, right.
But the reality is...
Yeah, it's probably very low.
But not like you're never going to come across it. Now, would you say not 1 out of every 10?
No.
That's too high. 1 out of every 20?
Somewhere between 1 out of 20 and 1 out of 100. That'd be my guess.
Well, that's too big a window.
Not really. Not if you think about it.
Why would you do 1 in 20?
Because again, people are calling us
closer
with
to that.
people than 1 in 100. Because people call us with sort of novelty.
Yeah.
So they're motivated to call.
Yeah.
And so we're seeing. To us, it seems like, well, this must be very common. But it's a common call about a problem that people see as something unusual.
Yeah.
And then none of my friends have ever seen this. I saw it twice. Oh my God, what was that?
Okay, I'm going with like 1 out of every 65, 1 out of every 70.
All right.
Okay. Hey, but listen, if you're a woman who's had this happen to her just once, or who never had it for 30 years and then had one,
let us know.
Yeah, give us a call. I'd be curious about that. Sean?
Yeah, hello.
You're 25. What's up?
And Lisa, did you hear what we just asked for? Oh boy, that's the way we're gonna get that call. Hey, Adam wants to hear.
They'll figure it out.
All right, Anderson will tell.
Well,
Hello.
go ahead, Sean.
How you guys doing?
Good.
My question for you is, I've been dating my fiancée for about 4.5 years now, and I met her when she was 2 months pregnant with another man, and he broke up with her because he didn't want to have the baby. And now after 4 years, he wants to get back into the baby's life, and I'm having a hard time knowing how to deal with this after I've raised...
You've been the father.
Right. And also, he's interested, of course, in the relationship with her.
He's what?
And he's interested in a relationship with her also.
Okay, well, that's up to her, and I should think that that's just completely out of the question.
Yeah, if she caves into that, oh boy.
Do you think she's interested in that?
Well, see, I don't know. I lived with her for 3 years. We broke up for a year, saw each other once in a while, lived with her. And now I've been dating her for 8 months, and I've asked her to marry me again, and she wants to make the right choice. She hasn't given me an answer. She said she wants to, but...
Sean, you're not providing enough chaos in her life. She needs that drama that the other guy had. And,
she a pretty chaotic gal?
Pretty much. She's pretty stressed out, but...
No, I don't mean chaos in terms of... there's a lot of pressures over at the law firm, and the Mercedes is in the shop.
She has to have a guy that yells at her and smacks her around or something.
Right, but I'm having a hard time, like, when I expect to hear from her and I don't, I freak out. And a couple times I found her. She wants him to see his son, which I agree with. but she's very sneaky about it because she doesn't want me to get upset.
No, this whole thing sounds bad.
Yes.
Bad.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to me. I don't know what her past is like, but she was pregnant and how old?
43.
43?
Right.
How old is she now?
Almost 47.
She's almost 47?
Right.
And she was pregnant at 40-something?
Right.
Did she have other kids?
Yes, she has 2 older boys, 21 and
how many
21 and 20.
How many times has she been married?
Twice.
Twice.
She has kids from 3 different men.
And what kind of guy is this guy that left her at 2 months pregnant?
Actually, he's a sergeant of a police department.
Don't trust him.
He's got his head pretty on straight, except for this, the sun, of course.
Yeah, well, Sean, why do you need a project like this? You're in here now. Where'd you learn to be such a
fixer?
Fixer, yeah.
I don't know.
Did you have an alcohol?
No. Fell in love with what? Yeah, fell in love with the 43-year-old that was 2 months pregnant and chain smoking.
Do you have an alcoholic mom or something?
Well, actually, I never knew my dad.
Okay. Well, how old were you when he left?
A year old.
You're 25 yourself.
Right.
So when she was 43, you were like 21, 20,
right.
20.
Right.
All right. Hey, Sean, this chick's trouble, and she's a handful, and her boobs are starting to sag. So you're 25. Go find yourself a nice, spry 23-year-old without any kids, without any baggage.
Nope, no more project.
See about having
really
a life.
Available. Yeah, what is that in people? Oof.
I don't know, but listen, if I'm going project, I'm going 17-year-old junkie, not 43-year-old mommy of guys that are older than me.
47 now, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean at the time.
I see.
Here's the thing, too, Sean. A lot of our listeners are this way. You guys, it's like... Okay, here's what it's like. You're buying your first dwelling.
Mm-hmm.
You just have a little scratch in the bank, and you can handle $675 a month of a payment. Go get yourself a nice little one-bedroom condo.
Right.
Don't go buy some Frank Lloyd Wright place that's falling apart, that's going to need restoration. I mean, you're in way over your head.
Mm-hmm.
Way over your head. You couldn't handle what it would take the gardener.
Mm-hmm.
On a monthly basis to keep that estate in line.
Yeah.
Just go get yourself a nice little condo, one of those things where you flip the switch and the fireplace comes on. Get one of those places.
Well, it's just a light that rotates.
Yeah, lucite shower door.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little beige carpeting.
Yeah.
Just get that. And if you do all right with that for a while, then we'll see. But don't go for this. What is that? See, my thing is I don't want to get near that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not healthy. It's just my own. It's my own sort of preservation, my own narcissism. It's like I don't want to take care of her and all her kids, and she has to have a hysterectomy next week. I don't want to get into that.
I can understand the impulse to want to rescue somebody. People, if you need to feel good and perfect and whole yourself, and you don't, and this person needs rescuing, you see through all their chaos. You can see the pain underneath. You're going to rescue them from that. But actually doing that is... Oof.
Especially when you're 20. And she's 43. Renee?
Uh-huh.
You're 19?
Yep.
You have wet orgasms?
Every once in a while. Not all the time.
Interesting.
Only sometimes.
Uh-huh. So,
not often. Every once in a blue moon.
Mm-hmm. And what's that based on?
It just happens every once in a while.
But it's not based on the magnitude of the orgasm?
No, it just happens, and I don't know why, and it always freaks me out when it happens.
So let me then put it this way. You could be with somebody, a partner, who you were slightly less turned on with than, let's say, somebody else, and not have as big an orgasm, but it would still be a wet one.
Yeah, it just happens sometimes.
How about by yourself?
Okay, stop saying it just happens sometimes.
How about by yourself?
Do anything for us.
By yourself?
I've never done anything like that.
Okay.
Never masturbated or never?
Never masturbated.
All right, so it's not connected whatsoever to the power of the orgasm or how good it is.
Punch.
No.
Okay, because that was my take on it as a layman, as someone who's never been around someone who's had an orgasm, would be that, if you have the 1 through 8 or 9 on the Richter scale orgasm, nothing comes out. But if you can squeeze them hard enough to get a 10,
yeah,
you're going to get you can get shot in the face or in the groin, depending on where you are. But that's not the case for you.
No, it's just every once in a while, and not a lot. It's only happened like maybe 2 or 3 times.
And the 2 or 3 times it happened, it wasn't in any special position with any some celebrity or something like that.
No, it was just like plain old sex with my boyfriend.
Wow. And did it feel any better or any different?
It just felt like, not like I was peeing, but just like something just like released or something.
Okay, but no better.
No, actually I always thought it was worse because it kind of like embarrasses me.
Yeah, it's a little distraction.
Yeah, because I think they think that I peed or something.
Right. All right. Oh, we're getting some insight here. Thanks, Renee. Huh. So it doesn't seem to be connected to the size of the orgasm.
Well, for Renee, let's talk some. We got some more up there.
Oh, we do? Oh, it's starting to get excited myself. Kristen?
Yeah.
You're, how old is she?
36.
36?
Yep.
What's up?
Well, I just called in because there was a period of time when I had those kinds of orgasms. I've had regular orgasms since I was, about 19.
And then they went away.
No, I just had orgasms.
No, but
there was a period of time in like 90 or 91 when I was with a certain guy and using oral sex and this with a combination of this certain vibrator I had, I would actually ejaculate, and it was really, really wet.
Wow.
Ask your same questions of her.
Was it a better orgasm?
No. In fact, I'd say the same thing that Renee did. It was actually kind of embarrassing. It kind of freaked me out at first.
Yeah, I know, but do you think it was a more powerful one before that?
No.
You're damn determined.
Well, the guy... hold on. The guy busted out the vibrator.
Yeah.
So that kind of suggests to me that maybe there was more stimulation there. I don't know. Okay, so again...
Maybe, but I just don't think the orgasm was any more powerful.
Okay, so no connection between the size of the orgasm or the power of the orgasm and the fluid?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay, and so it wouldn't matter to you whether you had a wet run or a dry run. Even if no one was in the room.
I think I'd rather do the dry.
even if you were alone?
That's two.
Like I said, it's kind of embarrassing, and at first you don't...
I know, but even if you were alone?
Yeah. Well, then I have to clean the sheets.
Okay. Here's what I'm saying, though, Kristen.
If there was no opportunity to be embarrassed.
No opportunity to be embarrassed, and you were on a gurney in which they perform autopsies. The one with the drain in it?
Yes.
No, it wouldn't matter.
Wouldn't matter.
Either way.
The same thing Renee said.
Okay. All right. And now they're not wet anymore.
No, but I split up with the guy, and the vibrator wore out, and...
Yeah, but...
I still have orgasms, but I've never had that again.
Okay, but do you feel like you're dried up, or the person that was coaxing them out of you was out of your life?
I don't know. It doesn't feel any different, so I don't really know. I'm not sure if it was the extra stimulation that actually caught. Well, surely it was.
Well, if this guy came back with a vibrator and a new Duracell in there, do you think you'd have a wet one?
I don't know.
Okay.
All
right. Jesus Christ. Can't get a goddamn answer out of anybody. Well, they're being truthful.
Yeah.
I understand that.
I mean, they're trying to figure it out with us.
Well, not really. Because you ask them questions like, hey, if you were alone, would it make a difference? Well, no, because I'd be embarrassed. I still want to know, and I maybe I'm just pushing my own agenda here, but it seems to me that there must be some difference between the wet ones and the unwet ones, or maybe not. Maybe it's exactly the same sensation. I'm wondering if there's a different sensation other than embarrassment. All right, we'll pursue this a little more when we come back.
I feel so liquidy.
Really? Why?
You're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline, I'll be right back.
Yep. It is Loveline. I'm Adam. That is Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. And now we're going to speak to Crystal, who is 19 years old. Crystal?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I just wanted... You said to call about the wet orgasms?
That's right.
Okay. I never had them until I got pregnant. And then all of a sudden it kind of shocked me. I was my husband and I had one, and it happened all the time after that while I was pregnant.
Yeah. While you're pregnant?
Yeah.
And then what about after you gave birth?
Well, my son's 3 months old now, and I still have him every once in a while, but not every time.
Mm-hmm. So it's probably shooting some placenta or something out of there, right, Drew?
Of course.
I'm no doctor, but I'm not stupid either. Interesting.
Yikes.
So something changed.
Yeah.
And then since you've given birth, it's kind of gone back a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time.
Now, again, the same questions here of Crystal, Adam.
Would it be associated with a bigger, more powerful orgasm, or was it just random?
No, it's just random.
Just random.
Uh-huh.
It's
funny because
counterintuitive for us, isn't
It
it?
happens a lot during oral sex.
It's not only counterintuitive, but it's just sort of counter-informational. Or maybe not. Maybe we've just assuming that when something comes out, it must be that much bigger an event.
Right.
But what the ladies seem to be saying is it either happens or it doesn't, but it's not really based on the magnitude.
I think it's that you're sort of disappointed.
Yeah.
Because before I was like, oh, look what I did.
Well,
Must have been huge.
Except for I don't have anything invested in this because I've never
but you were looking
summoned
for that.
this from a woman.
You're looking for that.
I am,
as a
because
confirmation of your prowess.
Yeah, I'm thinking one day a chick may give me a thrill and just like throw a glass of lukewarm water down in my face while I'm down there. Taking him out of her.
Surgical tubing run down. Squeeze a balloon.
I'm usually drunk, so you could probably just throw a glass of water in my face and I wouldn't know. Crystal?
Yeah.
Okay, so this happened when you're pregnant, and now it's slowly, possibly going back to the way it was.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. All right, no more kids, right?
Oh, yeah, but I thought you guys would get a kick out of the fact that my doctor on my birth control pills gave me 242 refills.
Ah, nice.
So.
I like that.
Was he joking around?
Yeah, well, I don't know. She just put it on there as that.
You can only give a year's worth of refills.
Oh, is the 242 have any significance to it, or is that just a random number?
It's probably some mistake.
Okay.
It's probably 12 refills, 24 refills.
I see. Yeah, 242, right. Michelle?
Yes.
19?
Yes.
What's up?
I was with my boyfriend for a year and a half, and I was 6.5 months pregnant when he left. And up until that point, he told me that he still loved me, and he was talking about marrying me. And he just left. And now he's, like, fooling around with younger girls and just being really stupid. And I was just wondering if he was going to come back around or what.
Why would you want him to come back around?
I don't know that I necessarily do. I had this picture of us being a family together.
What? How old is he?
He's 23.
How old is the child?
The child's not even born yet. I'm expecting him in the next couple of weeks.
And he's fooling around with the younger girls?
Yeah, he actually, her parents were threatening to press charges of statutory rape.
That's nice.
Okay. He's going to make a wonderful father.
Criminal and all, that's good.
I could see him raping some of the other chicks from, like, the soccer practice or something like that in a few years, you know?
Sure.
It's not like him. I mean, before I would never have guessed that he would ever pull anything like this, so I didn't know if it was just
Well, he has a brain tumor.
the scary the responsibility or...
you wonder if he's just freaking out about the pregnancy, just completely losing, the acting out in some strange way.
Listen, any guy who packs it in when the old lady's 6 months pregnant is a pathetic, cowardly individual.
But again, he's 23, which sort of defines all 23-year-old males, doesn't it?
I know, but 23-year-old males, historically have stormed beaches and done many things that were sort of honorable and brave, and essentially done the right thing and not necessarily put their feelings first.
But what I'm trying to leave her at least is some possibility that once he sort of acts out and regains his senses, that it's possible.
Well, he may come back for a couple of weeks. I think this guy's fairly flawed.
Yeah, but she says he's not like that. It's not him.
Oh, please! They always say that. It's their job.
I mean, up to like a week before he left, he was saying that he was still going to marry me and, we'd have a family. And
all right, why did he leave then?
Well, he said he wasn't sure, he wasn't settled. He wasn't ready to settle down. He wanted to be sure it was right before he did it.
Okay, but you got a kid. Are you going to give the kid up for adoption?
Oh, no. I mean,
why not?
Because it's my child. I mean, since then I've gotten my own place. And
So what? I've had cars that I've sold.
Don't you want to do what's good for the child?
Definitely. I mean, me taking care of the child is it. I mean, that's the right thing to do.
Why is that the right
How
thing?
are you going to
You're
support
19.
yourself?
Oh, I'll work. I mean,
Again, why is that the right thing for the
Hold
child?
on. How are you going to work and take care of the kid?
I'm going to work part-time, and I already have family lined up to babysit the baby. And
All right. And you can... Where are you working part-time?
I'm working as assistant manager at a retail store.
Okay, so you're making $8 an hour, and you're working 19 hours a week. Yeah?
No, I mean, I have it figured out. It hasn't been easy. I mean, I'm not going to say it is. I'm 19 years old, but other people have done it, and
yeah, all right. I'm just saying, you know, you're going to be bringing in after taxes $130 a week, maybe.
just because he was irresponsible and left doesn't mean that I'm going to be irresponsible and leave this.
I know. Well, yeah, it's like an experiment you can work out and see if it turns out all right.
Well, I'm hoping that. I mean, I can't predict the future, but you know,
Okay.
just because he was.
Well, listen, Michelle, you sound like you got your head screwed on pretty good, and you honestly do, and you seem like you're up for the challenge. You're not taking any money from the government, are you?
No.
All right, you get your folks to do this. Burden them.
No, luckily I have some money in the bank, so I mean,
Okay, you sound all right, but I don't trust this guy. And how far along are you now?
I have like about 2 weeks to go.
And he's not around.
Actually, he is. That's the thing. He comes around all the time. He finds excuses to come over to my house. I mean, he claims it's to put the crib together, or
Is he trying to come back into your life?
I don't know. I mean, he says he still makes it sound like
You got to talk to him.
Okay, but listen, and by the way, God bless you women for not asking nothing of men anymore.
Yeah. Expecting nothing, asking nothing.
And it's okay.
Oh.
I mean, this is the most...
Why aren't they lobbying the government to have these guys, like, punished in some way for this behavior?
Forget about the government. One day when I'm the government, I'll punish them.
All right, good.
I'll deal out my own brand of justice.
All right.
You know why? Because I play by my own rules.
All right.
You understand that,
There'll
Drew?
be a miniseries about you.
It's good. I don't go by the book. You understand what by the book for me means?
By your own rules.
Bye, book. I said goodbye to the book. I play by my own rules. And here's the thing. It sucks when you're playing like Parcheesi or Monopoly with me, because I'll just knock the board over and grab your stuff and throw it across the room and declare myself the winner.
It's your own rules.
Because I play by my own rules. You understand? Like when I play Monopoly, I don't even roll the dice. I just take my thing and I keep circling the board with it, and then I grab the money and I just keep stuffing it into my pockets. And then if you land on like a park boardwalk or Park Place or something, I'll say I own it and put a hotel next to your thing. And you know why?
It's your own rules.
I play by my own rules.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Sean?
Hey, Adam.
And I deliver my own brand of justice.
Asshole. Sean.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Well, good. What's going on there?
I was just calling about Adam's thing about the female ejaculation thing.
Yeah.
Adam, you heard of Doc Johnson products?
Yes. Doc Johnson is over in North Hollywood.
What is it?
Yeah,
my hometown. The place burnt down. He makes like big vibrators and stuff. The place burnt down like 4 years ago, but I think they're back up now.
All right, so what's going on?
Yeah, he had a video where he demonstrated that, and he had some girl on the table, and he was using like 2 dildos and stimulating G-spot and their clit.
Yeah.
And she squirted like big time.
Really?
Yeah.
And did you see that?
Yeah, I saw the video. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like when you start talking about it, it's like, duh, I saw that.
You Bangus Uranus?
No.
Okay, I was just taking a shot there. All right, Sean, thank you.
Why did Sean call to tell us he saw it? That helped. Oh, that helped a lot.
I don't know, but let me tell you something about porn. I'm not interested in the macabre, the occult.
The
novelty side of it. Hey, this chick, she's just put a candle out with her ass, you know. That ain't sex to me. You want that junk, kiddies? Go to the zoo. I don't trust the guys into that. I like the straight, I like the big boob stuff. Of course. But that's healthy. And, that's it. Just give me the sex. I don't need the part about the chick with the 6-inch clitoris. I don't need the part about the guy with the elephantitis of the scrotum. I don't need the chick squirting the lactating across the room. I don't need that
during the break.
And I don't trust the guys that do like that.
Of course.
I really don't. I think there's something wrong with that.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
We'll take a little break, and we'll be back.
The phone number for Loveline is 1-800-LOVE-191.
Loveline, I'll be right back.
It is Loveline. I'm Adam, that is Drew, and it's back to the phones we goes. Angie.
Hi.
27, what's up?
I just wanted to talk about the orgasm thing.
Yeah.
For me, I started getting those kind of orgasms a couple of years ago, and I think that they are a lot more intense than a dry orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
These other girls that called in said that there was no difference for them, but for me, there's been a major difference.
So you had dry orgasms up until you were about 25?
Yeah, 24 or 25. And I actually, the first time this happened to me was when I was masturbating.
So you had about 10 years of the dry look, and then you went for the wet head.
Yes.
Remember those commercials, Drew?
Yeah.
And
I remember.
And the wet is better.
For me, yes, much better.
Now, so here's the question then. If you have just a so-so orgasm, it will not be a wet one?
You know what? I have never, ever gone back. They're
all wet now.
Kind of weird, but every orgasm that I have now is that intense.
And when you say wet, what does that mean exactly?
I mean, like soaking the bed wet.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
And it's never been, once it started, it hasn't stopped, and I hope it doesn't.
Have you been able to maintain it?
How?
Yeah, you just learned a mechanism that you like, or what is that?
I probably, because I figured this out on my own, and then I shared it with my boyfriend. And that's just kind of...
And so what does he do now differently?
Just
It's out of the way.
me more while we were having sex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. All right, Angie.
All right.
Thanks for that insight.
Bye.
All right. Let me tell you something about the vagina.
Oh, please.
It's like the caterpillar, you know. It has the pupa stage, you know. And then it turns
Sheds?
into a sheds, you know, and then turns into like a caterpillar, and then turns into a cocoon, and then it turns into a beautiful butterfly, and then it gets eaten by gecko.
I see.
What I'm saying is it's ever evolving.
I see.
Here's
ever changing.
Yeah, let me explain the evolution of the male genitalia. It's small, then it gets a little bigger as you get a little older, and some hair grows around it, and that's it. And later on, it stops working. But that's it. And women, everything's changing. I mean, you talk to most women at 15, 16, or talk to most women that are 30 years old and ask them what was going on down there about 15, 16. Oh, it didn't even work. I couldn't even feel anything. You know what I'm saying?
It didn't work.
I just mean, it's a totally different story, right?
Right.
And then from 20, there's a difference between 18 and 28, and there's probably another good difference between 28 and 38. It just keeps going. Rachel?
The pupa stage.
The pupa stage. That's where it starts off.
Hey.
You're 18. What's up?
Oh, hey. Just wanted to say that you guys are great. I listen to you all the time.
Thanks.
I do have a question, though. About a year and a half ago, I met this really great guy, and we hit it off perfectly for, 6 months, and, never fought. That sort of, great thing. And then he had to go to Arizona for the year, his senior year of high school. And we were going to see each other through all the vacations that we had, so it would be about 3 months that would be apart. And we were even talking about, going to college together, moving in and just seeing how that worked out. But I guess he couldn't last that long and ended up cheating on me and then dumping me. And the question is he keeps keeping in touch with me, calling me out of the blue and saying, oh, I miss hearing your voice and stuff like that. And I have no idea why he'll do this except, when he's with this girl still.
Well, you ever heard the expression, have your cake and eat it too?
Yeah.
He wants, if things aren't going just right with that relationship, he's always got you in the bullpen.
Well, and it's possible to have some ambivalence.
Yeah.
It's not that he hates you, despises you, never wants to see you again. There's a part of him that still probably likes you, but it's not the lion's share of him.
Well, it's
the lying share, but not the lion's share.
Yeah, but the 18-year-old in him can't tolerate. 3 months in 18-year-old time frame is massive. You know,
It's a long time, yeah.
Yeah, and the
It's
guy.
really weird. It's just like out of the blue, and he'll still keep in touch, and he'll even talk to me about their problems.
Oh boy.
Why do I want to hear this? I mean,
Well, you got to be more. You got to get more honest with him about how he's making you feel.
oh, I know that's the only thing I'm not honest with him with. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
it's really
but-
hurting me here.
Yeah, you've got to tell him
Listen,
that.
don't accept a phone call.
Yeah, or stop calling him. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, hey, Rachel, it's your old boyfriend. Yeah, this new bitch. You know, she performs oral sex on me. She won't spit a retainer out. It's tough. We argue about it. You know, it's really becoming. There's a rift between us now. What do you think? What's your input on that? You didn't think my penis was unusually large, is it right? No. Okay, I'm going to tell her you said that. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Awful.
Explain. Tell her the problems you and the new gal are having over there in Arizona. Oh, please. Listen, and Rachel, I know when you want to believe, you'll take any scrap. God. Weren't we all guilty of that at one time or another, Drew? Mike?
Yeah.
You're 16.
Okay, I just had a question about oral herpes. Like, okay, how long does it take it to, like, see the symptoms, and what are the symptoms?
What happened?
Cold sores usually takes, well, it's anywhere from 1 day to 2 weeks.
2 weeks? All right, okay, and what is a cold sore exactly? Like, I'm not...
You never had a canker sore?
Well, I don't, like, there's, like, a pain in my mouth, like, on my tongue. I don't, could that be anything?
On your tongue?
Yeah, like on the side of my tongue.
Yeah,
on your tongue,
yeah, if
huh?
there's a sore there, could be.
Where were you putting your tongue?
Well, it was this kind of, all right. I had, this incident with a stripper party, sort of.
Yeah.
And,
like a bachelor party?
No, it was...
It was a stripper party?
All guys and a stripper. But she took, like, this lollipop and kind of shoved it up her vagina, and afterwards she stuck the lollipop in my mouth, and I'm not sure if that cause...
Did she say, who loves you, baby, when she did it? A little Telly Savalas reference there.
Me with a belt, but...
So she took the, was it like one of those blow pops?
It was a Tootsie Roll Pop.
Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
Help me.
Let's ask Mr. Al whether he can get herpes or not. A 1, a 2, a 3. 3. I don't know why they have to run the hell out of that commercial, but everyone between...
It's come back again.
Oh, it has? Everyone between the age of 31 and 41 knows that goddamn commercial is burned into everyone's psyche. You're too young, though, Mike. But she took...
I've seen my...
You've seen it. She took the thing out of her vagina and she put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
And it immediately out of the vagina and into your mouth.
Basically.
How long ago did this...
It tasted really, like, not so good.
How long ago did this happen?
Really? Did it taste not so good? I mean, did it screw it up that bad?
It was really, it was like a bitter kind of taste.
How long ago did this happen?
Like 2 weeks ago.
No. It's concerned. Somebody
And now something's happening, huh?
Usually when you're getting oral herpes, it's usually, particularly the first outbreak, it's usually very exuberant. Lots of little sores all over the place, swollen glands in the neck, maybe feel like you have a flu just before that happens. But it's still possible.
All right.
Be careful.
And what about? Can it be transmitted via that sucker, which now has become a fomite, Drew?
Absolutely.
Oh, boy. And then what story does he tell? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not going to be... no 16-year-old guy's going to repeat that story, are they?
No.
I mean, to their buddies, but not to the dermatologist.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
All right. Let's take a little break, and then we'll come back after this.
Roger, you got yourself the Loveline. Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. We'll be right back.
Your job is, do you need to stay in the hospital or not?
Oh, okay.
That's it. That's the job.
All right. We're just carrying over a conversation. Well, that's it. Hey, Drew, we're out of here on time.
It's amazing.
I should have to stay a couple of minutes after
yeah,
class.
You should stay after. Yeah. Happy un-Halloween. We're all done.
All the screwballs are going to run into on the way home.
Oh, man. Drive safely.
All right. We look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow night. Until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
Loveline.
The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station.
And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingle. Now, please listen to this station longer.